Good morning, Lisa. Welcome to the Morning Muffin Show, your morning carload of real estate.
Morning, Jen. How are you?
I did not sleep well.
Just tell it. Just get it
Okay,
out.
I live in a townhome community and I cannot sleep when they're plowing snow in the middle of the night. And my place does an amazing job overnight. They come and they scrape and they have a bobcat, but all night long it's beep, 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 beep. And then they go to like dump the bucket and they just slam it down. It goes boom. They dump the snow, and then the whole cycle repeats for everyone's driveway, for all the sidewalks. And my
I think
bed
she's
is,
a little exasperated this morning.
I love the snow, and I love to shovel, and I love to snow blow. And
Run over to my house then.
yeah, I'm a light sleeper, so I couldn't do it last night, and I'm amazed that I don't have bigger bags under my eyes.
You look beautiful. Come on now. Okay.
Okay,
Well, I want to make an announcement. Jennifer and I have decided to switch brokerages. So we are proud to announce that the Wickman Real Estate Group is now part of eXp Realty, and we are super excited about it. So if
you have been,
anybody, I have
yes,
been, what were you going to
you
say?
have been waiting for this for a long time because your best friend who lives in, what is it, North Dallas?
Salina, Texas, North Dallas.
Yeah,
Aaron, yes,
Aaron
my
West.
dear friend.
Yes, and there it is.
It, Aaron is with the XP, and she's been, when are you going to come over? When are you going to come over? And we finally made the move. It was just the right time. So we're super excited. So we just want to ask and let everybody know, if you are in the market to buy a home, sell a home, invest in real estate, we would love to have a conversation with you. You can either call me at 763-360-8546. You can private message us. You can comment. You can whatever you want. We would love to help you out. We are going to be growing our business this year, and we're super excited. We want to help a minimum of 45 families invest, sell, or buy in real estate this year. So it's going to be a good year.
Yeah, well, and um, it's interesting to be able to we already have. I know I have partnered with several other real estate agents across the US, but that's not what the show is about today, Lisa. Today the
I still
show
have to make an announcement.
I know, is preparing for tax season.
Yes. It's not the best topic, not the most fun, sexy topic, but it has to be done.
I feel like this is a organizational topic and a bookkeeping topic, and it makes people feel sometimes a little bit inadequate. There's a lot of fear around taxes. I think that our system for taxes in like instills that fear into us, that fear of auditing. Do you know what percentage of people were audited?
Like in general, every year, I think it's really
Or
low.
yeah, it's like less than
6%?
one.
Oh, less
It's
than
less
1%?
than 1%.
Yeah,
At
there's not a lot of
1%,
people.
yeah, and it's ridiculous. So that fear shouldn't be there. And there are some people who, I have a couple articles that if you are worried that you're one of these people, I have a Kiplinger 22 IRS audit red flags. And you want to hear something funny?
What's that?
I was reading through them, and baby daddy, so Max's biological father, has like 15 of those 22 red flags. And I'm like, how this guy, like, how is he never going to go to jail? And we can talk about those, and after we talk about you, which is, organizing things that you like to do for it. Do you want to share your cute little binder? Because I think
Oh,
it's
it's
adorable.
upstairs. I can't share my cute little binder. I'm not leaving my basement. But I have a binder. I have a little, it's one of those
Accordion folder.
expandable file folders. It's only, this big. Um, and it has months, every month of the year. And when I go through my receipts, I just have a little spindle. I put all my receipts on a spindle. And then when I feel like it, I go through my receipts and I organize them by month in my file. And then I actually am a little anal about it. And I'm not an anal person at all when it comes to most things. I'm not an organizational freak, but I then put them in order by date. And then I just put them in a little paper clip. I put them all just in a Ziploc bag, and then I've got all my receipts, and I put it in my tax box for the year. Yeah. And I know a lot of people just keep them in a shoebox. Like
That just, I know I do. I am one of these people that I do keep all of my taxes in a box. I just throw it all in there. And then I actually pay, like a lot of people in modern day, I pay a lot of my bills online. So if I get a paper copy, I don't even open the envelope. It just goes straight into the box. And then at the end of the year, I spend about a week opening everything up. Remember how I talked about incentive bundling?
yes.
I watch a movie or get caught up on some kind of binge show that I've been watching, and I open all of my unopened mail and I 3-ring binder it. And
Wow.
yeah,
That's a long time. Yeah.
yep. And then my receipts go. I have well, I don't know where that went. I just had like a little plexi, whatever.
It's okay.
Like one of those 3-ring binder page saver things, the clear one. I put my receipts in there.
Yeah.
And I try.
Works.
Yeah. Although
Everybody
I do have to admit, after I had Max, they all just went. Instead, I went through them all and just put them back in the box and shut it because I was too busy. Some years we're just too busy.
When you have a baby to take care of by yourself, you don't have a week's time to spend binge watching TV. No. So I just made a short list today of things to do as a business owner that you need to do in order to get ready for your tax preparer, assuming that you're not doing your taxes yourself. I don't do my taxes myself. I do all the preparation. Good morning, Evelyn. Oh, she uses her business account. What has worked for me is use my business account for business matters. That way I know what goes towards business and I give that to my CPA. Exactly. I don't actually give my receipts. I do my own books. But anyway, I have a little list here I'm going to go through. Number 1, track all your expenses and keep all your receipts. That's just a basics. And whether you use like QuickBooks or Quicken or do them in an Excel spreadsheet, it is best practices to keep track of that stuff monthly. Also then reconciling all your credit cards and your bank accounts. And it is ideal for a tax preparer, especially to have a separate credit card for your business accounts. I'm not the best at that, but it is best. And a separate bank account as well.
Yeah, QuickBooks actually. So QuickBooks Intuit, which is an app and it's really great. You can actually add your credit cards and then you can reconcile that account and say what it's for. You just go through it and it downloads all of those transactions, like, oil change, or things like that for a car, buying coffee for a client and things like that. And then once we talk, after you're done, I want to talk about those different categories and the things that cause business owners to get audited.
Are you referring to chart of accounts and so forth? We'll come back to that.
Yes.
Okay. So the next thing I just have is tracking your mileage. There's great apps out there. Mile IQ, this is what I personally use. But you also have to track your gasoline and car washes, oil changes, any maintenance that happens. And then it's up to you and your accountant which way you're going to file. Are you taking mileage or are you taking expenses? It just depends on that. And then the next thing, as a business owner, if you have employees or independent contractors, you have to get, excuse me, those 1099s and or W-2s out by the end of the month. So now is the time. In fact, I owe somebody one now. That would be Jennifer.
Me. And if you are a landlord, in Minnesota,
Yes.
you can do a certificate of rent paid for them, and that's owed by the end of the month as well.
Right. The other thing is if you're working from home, especially now during COVID, you can use your home office as a write-off. And what I recently learned is that it depends on which way you're taking it. My last accountant, which is going to be the last year that I file with him because I'm changing to an LLC filing as an S corp, so I have to I hired a new accountant. But he told me to keep track of all my expenses for my home. Any receipts? I said, what about painting? He said, nope, painting, everything. So all your expenses for your home, keep all those receipts is the best thing. And then you, again, will decide with your accountant which way you're going to roll on that.
Yeah, because you can't write off your whole mortgage. You can't write off all the painting. There is a percentage. And if you take out too many deductions, things like that, that is one of the red flags.
But if you buy, say, furniture for your office or things that are specifically for your office, that's 100% deductible.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really all I have about preparing things. I did mention, credit cards. Good job.
I love it when people comment. You guys are doing great. I really appreciate it.
Evelyn, thank you so much for watching. Evelyn is part of my training program that we're going through, Darren Hardy, Insane Productivity. We have an accountability group that she's part of and I'm part of. We love it. So
she looks like a model. I like her picture.
Like a model, Evelyn.
Yeah.
She's beautiful.
Who is this? Okay. So, I want to share my screen. And this Kiplinger, I hate this link. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say it. I know hate's a really strong word, but it's got a lot of pop-ups and stuff and ads on here, but that's just okay, so IRS audit red flags. And this came out just a couple days ago. Okay. And we can scroll through some of them, but failing to report all taxable income. Now you had just talked about 1099s. So you file those with your taxes, and then I have to report that 1099 income. But there are some people that don't want to claim that. So there's 2 copies sent, yours and mine. And if I don't claim mine, the IRS still knows that I got it. So that's a good red flag right there.
Absolutely.
So always check to see, even if it's like, okay, here's a really great example. People that do multi-level marketing, Avon, help me with some of the other ones.
Rodan and Fields is one. I've got a couple friends who are part of that.
Sensi, things like that. Even if you only earned, say, like $50 from them, you will get a 1099 from them. They will report that. And if you do not claim that on your taxes, it could come up when they pull a tax transcript from you for a home mortgage. So make sure you claim all of your income, especially like you might think $50 is like nothing. It's still, your numbers won't match when you pull your tax transcript from what you filed. And that could be a problem. It could make your home loan fall through. So you'll have to rectify that. Okay. And now I have to go back to this page. See, look at all the ads on here. Making a lot of money. Look at that guy.
Well, I guess I want to get audited then.
I know. And your chances of, I have another one as well that I wanted to talk about. A lot of the people that get audited are expats. that make over $1 million, things like that. Okay, taking higher than average deductions or credits. These are the people that think they can write everything off. Their house, their car, large charitable donations, that's a red flag. I will also want to say taxes are highly political. We all know how much Mitch McConnell makes. He is a career politician. He writes the laws for where these taxes go and how they're audited and the laws and stuff. Not just him, Congress and stuff. They come up and they pass these things all the time. And where they can shelter money. For those of you that do your own taxes, I highly recommend hiring a tax professional because you might be able to save yourself some money, put some money away for retirement, not have to pay in, if you get a return, most people that get a W-2 at the end of the year, they get really excited for that tax return. But in my mind, the best way is I rather have a higher paycheck and get all the money up front so I can put it into those various tax shelters. And then at the end of the year, I don't have to pay anything in and I don't get any money back because I've already paid myself first. Things like 529, SEPs, IRAs, things like that, mutual funds, the places where you could put your money in. And there's a cap, there are limits, but though that money can't be touched, right? So
that's right.
Large charitable deductions that,
Let me say something about that too, about hiring somebody. I have the guy that's done my taxes since 2002, when I first started a business. He charges me like $275. I mean, he saves me a lot more than $275. I can tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
They're not. It doesn't have to be super expensive to hire somebody to do your taxes.
Right. I am going to just put the rest of this article in there for time's sake, because like I said, you have to end up scrolling through to read them all. And I just want to share one more for those of you that are expats. I do have some relatives that live on boats, things like that, maybe snowbirds live in Mexico for half the year. There isn't one here. Hold on. Because you are at a higher risk of being audited by the IRS. And this came out last year, so I don't, it'll be different and it'll have all different categories, like for different things. And this is, obviously last year was really interesting, but here, audits of the wealthy here. So less than 200,000 is 0.6% audited. So, the average American doesn't make 200,000.
No.
For those of you that are watching that don't want to get audited, like you have to make a lot of money. The average income is less than 100,000, less than half of that. And there's a lot of people that are worried about Biden's tax reform. And I'm like, you have to make over 400,000 for that thing to touch you. I mean, who are these people that are making this kind of money? Not the average person, okay? So, and then we have between 200,000 and 1 million goes up a little bit. And then we have 1 million or more, and that's like 3.2%. That number is still so tiny. I
have been audited.
Have you? Tell us about it.
I was audited when I was waiting tables. And I was waiting tables and I didn't claim all my tips and I got audited. And this, oh my gosh, I can't even remember what year it was, probably in the 80s. And the reason I got audited was because the restaurant I was working at got audited. So then all of the staff got audited because the numbers didn't match up, like you said. So that was not fun at all. I think Jen's frozen. Jennifer, are you frozen? She's totally frozen. Either that or she's really good at just holding her face in a certain position. There.
Can you see me now? Am I here?
I can see you now.
That is something that's really common. You'll find in the 22 IRS red flags. They're the service industry. The owners of that business are held to a higher level, and then it falls down the tree. So if one person is audited, that everybody in that whole business essentially is, because they have to basically correlate everything, you know what I mean, from the source. So that's
Right.
It's not like it's they're trying to find if someone in the team is there's collusion, things like that. So anyway, you know what? This is getting long.
Oh,
Love
it
you
is.
guys.
We're at 20 minutes.
I know
We're all done for the day. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll be back on Monday.
Monday.
It's Friday. Enjoy the weekend. Bye.